Welcome, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I'm the Grace Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today, Wednesday, November 19th, 2025. What do we have coming through in the cards for today? Can I please have the first two cards in our 5 card spread for today? First two cards we are starting our day off with today are our Page of Swords in its reversal in combination with our Three of Cups in its reversal. So let's talk a little bit about what we're experiencing as we're navigating this retrograde period. If you're feeling a lot of this energetic intensity right now, I'm going to keep on articulating that we're really hitting the apex right now of the retrograde energy. And the nice thing about it is the one thing that we see that is advantageous about this energy is it's allowing us to be able to articulate and find a way of being able to do things more effectively. The thing that we like I like to describe, there is an ability to clear paths in any modality of energy that we experience. But the hard thing that we often experience when we're going through retrograde periods like this is feeling jammed up. So if you feel energetically jammed up right now, welcome to the retrograde. This is also why I'm really trying to articulate to others not to take the fact that there are things that are coming towards you very quickly personally, because it's the observation of working through that energetic jam up, being able to effectively articulate and identify what it is that we're trying to do in better ways. I keep on seeing the hard part about this is given the fact, and I just want to kind of warn you about this if you're navigating this type of energy. We've got the disharmony of the fact that we've got Chiron and Eris in very close proximity that we're experiencing and navigating right now, working through that experience or working through those experiences that often can feel like they energetically trigger us. We've also got the fact that with Jupiter in Cancer retrograding, it can create a lot of hypersensitivity. So then, and this is the thing that we have to be very conscientious about. And I even want to be conscientious upon the fact that we've got a new moon, like we've got this new moon energy that's around the corner. And the new moon energy that we effectively are identifying or working through it's also working through the fact that that energy itself is going to be like working through Sagittarian energy. Now, the thing we have to be conscientious about all of those in combination is that it can create, it's like I keep on getting, it can create those modalities or those experiences where it can feel really energetically indulgent to effectively project the frustration, right? In relationality to the energy surrounding the self, right? Like that's effectively this is what we want to be wary about in energy like what we're experiencing. And the funny part about it is I wasn't as worried. I wasn't as worried in relationality to the Taurus full moon in Scorpio, because the Taurus full moon in Scorpio is working through it's working through stabilization. But the thing that the new moon new moon in Sag in the middle of this retrograde can sometimes speak upon how energetically indulgent it can be to release energetic frustration. But I keep on seeing, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you're feeling the frustration of this retrograde cycle, move it into newness. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Move it into newness. Move it into doing something in a different way. Move it into working into something. Allow it to be something that effectively innovates and doesn't energetically frustrate. And I know if you're feeling I know if you're feeling those modalities right now that you're but I'm I know butts. Okay. I know. I get it. It's not, and I keep on hearing, it's not about It's not about working through how energetically indulgent it would be to do so. I'm not saying that it wouldn't be indulgent to, but the word they have to be conscientious about is whether something feels indulgent or whether it effectively moves something into a space by which it becomes energetically productive. Center card for today's spread right now is, especially with the Ace of Pentacles in its reversal, one of the things that we effectively see that's being navigated or worked upon right now is the observation of effectively being able to, I keep on hearing, being able to be energetically proportional. And I think that that's the hard part with a lot of this energy. It's working through proportion and energetic composure. It's working through the ability of navigating things that often can effectively vex or frustrate the self, right? But the thing is, when we're navigating vexation and frustration, but we apply our positive intention towards it, we can become the energetic source of healing. We can become the space by which something is able to be amended or remediated or energetically fixed. And this is really important right now because we're seeing that it's having a lot of impact, particularly and especially depending on where one finds oneself on the frequencies. Now, for masculine and feminine energy, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what one feels most aligned to, working through a lot of these modalities or experiences in separation. I just keep on seeing that a lot of the work that we see that is happening there, this is a lot of the ability that they're being able to articulate upon in relationality of being able to see. Like I just keep on saying, being able to see the adaptability in terms of what it is that they're building with counterpart. And what's beautiful about a lot of those energetic frequencies right now is the space. And that's why I keep on seeing that these moon relationships right now are taking so much time to form. Because for a lot of these relationships, that ability of navigating through experiences, because I just keep on getting the fact that for a lot of these relationships coming together right now, they're effectively healing from pedestalized partnerships. And what does it feel like when we're navigating or healing from pedestalized partnerships? Those are the modalities or the experiences wherein it felt like the space by which another person was in relationship with them, but they didn't necessarily perceive them correctly. And what can often create the space in pedestalized partnerships that can feel energetically debilitating is the modality. And the way you can usually tell if one is in a pedestalized partnership is the observation of feeling like one can't do anything correctly, right? It's the observation of often feeling like anything you do isn't the right thing to do. But often this can be indicative of relationships that lack direction, because the message that comes through on this is the relationships that we build with one another should not be built via the personal potential that we hold towards one another. It's not the observation of effectively what it is that we articulate upon. It's not the space by which we hold each other to the unreasonably high standards that we create within the self, but rather the ability of navigating with a sense of energetic compassion, right? The ability to build into holistic relationship where we love all the energetic parts of one another. And so there's something really beautiful that we see that's happening right now, but it's also, I keep on getting a lot of emotion that is effectively arising in the process of navigating the emotion that often frequently arrives in the context of relationship. Because I just keep on seeing that for a lot of these relationships or a lot of these experiences, simply coming together and having the ability of doing something in a way that they haven't done it before. And then what do they experience in the modality by which they're doing something in a way that they haven't done it before? The ability of another person building into that context of appreciation and support, right? Almost helping each other forward. I just keep on seeing that for a lot of these relationships and a lot of these energies, that gift, like I keep on hearing, the gift of affirmation and consideration is what's energetically fortifying these relationships. It's allowing the ability for energy to find their confidence again. And so I keep on getting that a lot of that confidence that is effectively being observed in these experiences and those modalities, it feels like they're moving into the space of being energetically holistic. And that's why this is why I keep on feeling right now. I even feel I don't even feel comfortable in the space by which I articulate it as separation, because I almost see the fact that the energy right now is working in solitude, because they're not looking toward, I keep on hearing, they're not looking towards relationship to make them energetically whole, but instead they're finding that feeling of feeling like, I feel like they're finding the ability of standing on their, like I keep on hearing, they're finding the ability of their own energetic confidence to be able to articulate and identify what it is that they're trying to build forth with one another in a deeper way. Now, this brings us to those temperance relationships. And what are we effectively seeing right now with those temperance partnerships? Clarification. And for our purposes, recalling that those temperance relationships are the relationships that were coming together between the time of Uranus stationing retrograde up until the time of Mercury and Venus. Up until the solstice period that we experienced this summer. What do we have here? We've got the Six of Swords in its upright in combination with our Queen of Pentacles in its reversal. So for a lot of the energy that we're effectively observing at this time, especially with that Queen of Pentacles energy, everything we keep on seeing in those modalities or those experiences has a lot to do with the observation of continuing to do the work of channeling a lot of the frustrations of the past into the healthy energy of the present. But what's difficult for a lot of those relationships, or what's difficult for a lot of those experiences right now, is I just keep on seeing, and I need to stress this right now, because we've got, and it's having a different impact on masculine and feminine, given the fact, and when you have a moment or opportunity, make sure that you go and you refer to the spread, and you'll be able to find that spread. That spread's going to be available over on my stack as a photo. The one thing that we're identifying or we're seeing here, and I just want to show you, we've got the masculine energy that is more in the Page of Swords in its reversal. We've got the Queen of Pentacles here in relationality to the feminine. Now, the space that we see that is effectively happening here has to do, and I keep on seeing, particularly for those temperance relationships, in effectively articulating and identifying or building into the fact that, and I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy doing this work, that ability of effectively identifying to each other. And I keep on hearing, like, it's funny too, because every time I read for this energy right now, I keep on getting a lot of this, like this bear vibration, like this feeling of being very energetically protective towards one another. And I feel like a lot of that, I keep on getting a lot of that protectiveness is how they're energetically shedding or healing some roughshod feelings about the past, right? Because I keep on hearing that the way the way that we work through something, particularly and especially as it has to do, and I feel like that's what's so hard with a lot of these temperance relationships that we mentioned that they were going through, the fact that they're opening up more upon something that they experienced, and even in the modality by which they're articulating more upon what they experienced, feeling that energetic frustration, working through the hard feelings that are evolving related to another's past. This is the energy that's working through warrior lessons, because I keep on seeing that this is not the energy that's going back to the past to indulge themselves in feeling better about something, but they're working to the shape of what feels like it's most energetically stabilizing for counterpart, building into that context of protectiveness. And I keep on seeing that for a lot of that feeling of energetic protectiveness, there's something, I keep on getting, there's something to be articulated and defined upon the fact that they're effectively articulate. I feel like it's literally like, and I liked it. The reason I was laughing about this the other day is because I keep on hearing we never do things. We never do things specifically for counterpart, right? It's not healthy. It's never healthy to march into a manifestation goal and say the only reason I'm moving towards the manifestation goal is for you, effectively, with a caveat. The one way, like the way that it is energetically supportive to partnership, to build into healthy connection, is the observation that someone is doing, like they're doing the thing that they know is energetically right, is what I keep on hearing. They're doing something, they're doing, like this is a, like I keep on hearing, they're working towards the betterment of the self or counterpart, and they're literally saying, like, keep in mind, I'm doing this for you, which is the space by which, again, they're not indulging in what might feel like it's energetically good for them, but they're doing so specifically and particularly given the fact that they energetically love the counterpart. They're sanctifying the partnership, right? So there's a lot of that. I just keep on seeing there's a lot of that work that's happening there, and it's energetically observational. And I feel like it's funny because I feel like they're almost articulating to one another the fact that they observe that that's occurring, right? Like they're not, I keep on hearing, they're not making any bones about it. Like they're not, like it's almost like, I feel like it's almost becoming something energetically playful between them in relationality to talking about like what the old self would do versus the energy, I keep hearing, versus the energy that's in energetic union is what I keep on getting. Continuing up, and there we go. Got more cards coming out. I can't really. Okay, there's a lot of cards here. All of, like, I can't do that. We can't. But here's the thing. We are going to do it because the thing is, and I'm just going to show all of these cards here because there's a lot. You know, I want to say clarification right now between the Page of Swords in its reversal with the Three of Cups in its reversal. I'm going to go through all of these cards right now, but the most important card that I see is happening right now in relationality to that big stack that just fell out of the deck is, and I keep on hearing the difference between productive progress and unhealthy cycles is best amplified and articulated in the ability to be able to see the force of effort, which is the space by which, and I keep on seeing, the understanding and recognition of identifying how much one has changed or how much one has grown. There's a lot of, I keep on getting, there's a lot of energetic cycles that are coming into some kind of experience or modality of closure right now. But the thing that we keep on seeing that I'm identifying feels like it is positive or productive, as it were, has to do, and I keep on seeing, and this has to do, I need to articulate this. This is all of the energy, all of these cards that came out right now, all of these cards that I see that are coming out right now are coming out directly in relationality to the energy that is deep within divine union. And you'll recall that we mentioned that a lot of those relationships, those energies that are deep within divine union right now, are going through a really like a very heavy maturation process. And the thing about the maturation processes are, it's never, I keep on hearing, the way you can usually tell about a maturation process is it's not based or built upon inclination. It's based upon or built upon the energetic stabilizing force of what you know is the energetic right direction. And the one thing I keep on seeing, and that's what's kind of beautiful right now, for a lot of those energies deep within divine union, I almost see the energy feeling that stabilization point because I keep on hearing like they respectfully don't feel like they need to explain themselves to anyone, is what I keep on seeing. And I keep on hearing it. They're doing it in the best way possible. And the reason I keep on getting this is because I just keep on seeing for these magician relationships, and you'll recall that we spoke about the magician relationships were effectively coming together between the time of Mercury and Venus stationing direct behind the time between the solstice period up until the time of Mercury and Venus stationing direct behind Neptune. They've never been able to feel more authentic than in the partnership that they currently find themselves in. There's just the space by which they can be their authentic self. And that's why I keep on seeing, I keep on hearing, they feel the health of being their authentic self. They're finding, remember the sanctuary that I spoke upon, that the energy coming into divine union is building upon for one another. The energy deep within divine union feels like they've found that an energetic counterpart, because it's allowing the energy that allows them to be who they effectively desire to be. And that's why we keep on seeing, for a lot of the energy deep within divine union, if there are modalities or experiences where they have done nothing, if they have done nothing but making the healthy choice towards being in a partnership that creates the space by which they themselves feel energetically stabilized, I keep on seeing that for a lot of those relationships, they're identifying, like I keep on hearing anything outside of partnership is what I keep on seeing, like things outside of relationship that feel like they take that as some kind of point of value, if it's making, I keep hearing, if it's making weird energy outside of relationship because they're making healthier choices. I see the energy that's just observing that, and they're fine. I keep on hearing they're seeing things through the eyes of wisdom. They're seeing it for what it is, which is the space between what they know that they can affect versus what they desire to, which is what like another person's responsibility to navigate or work through. So I just keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy doing that work right now, it's heavy, it's hard, because it's almost like I see the energy that's like working through the appreciation of like those healthy choices, or they're working through the energetic stabilization point. And I think what's beautiful about it is they're getting affirmation from energy around them. I keep wondering, they're not alone in the face of making those, like, of working through that. But I almost feel like it's almost like it's interesting, because I just keep on seeing, I keep on hearing the same thing when I read for these relationships. They just keep on going through the same message, which says they're assuming a point of composure, right? They're assuming a point of composure. And what does composure dictate? A composure says they're always open. They're always open for a healthy conversation. But one can't chase after a healthy conversation because it becomes an unhealthy confrontation. So everything I keep on seeing in those modalities or experiences, I just keep on getting, it's frustrating, but it's fortifying. Continuing to get, I keep on hearing, it's frustrating, it's fortifying, and it's fine, is what I keep on seeing the energy keep on saying. It's fine, which is like, and the reason I keep on seeing the energy almost saying it's fine is because they're like, I keep on seeing they're good, like they understand it. You know what I mean? It's like the understanding, the understanding and the clarity on it is like is allowing for the space by which they're continuing. I keep on hearing like they're continuing forward, undaunted. Can I keep on getting? They're giving each other that support as they do so. Continuing to get clarification between our Three of Cups in its reversal and the Ace of Pentacles in its reversal. We've got here the Nine of Swords in its upright. And this is the thing about it. Like, I gotta tell you, the thing about Nine of Swords energy that we just, like, the thing about Nine of Swords energy that we just need to take into consideration is, like, I want to say it like this. Give the retrograde its due. You know what I mean? And when I mean that, and I mean that in the space, like, and when I say that, I mean, like, when I keep on hearing give the retrograde its due, it really means don't let energetic chaos outside of the self, don't over internalize on energetic chaos that you see outside the self, is what I keep on getting. And the reason, and like, that's the thing about it, because, and here's the thing about it, and I need to point this out, okay, like energetic, and I keep on pointing out, when someone can't navigate the fact that there is like that things are like things just like things are in that modality by which a lot of things are happening. It becomes projection central. Do you ever notice that? Like when a lot of things are happening and someone's energetically projecting, the first thing that things want to do is be like boom, 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 boom. Like, and I keep on hearing projecting doesn't do anything, right? Trying to articulate what is projection try to do? It tries to articulate the source of energetic confusion. But I keep on hearing trying to project upon the source of confusion doesn't clarify upon healing confusion. The work that we do in the midst of it is what allows something to effectively become energetically better. It's the amplification of being able to do something effectively. And I keep on seeing, you have to understand that the context by which we try to work through that, and this is why I keep on getting, we have to heal ourselves from the misconception of perfection. We work towards perfection. We try to do things in better ways. We try to come up with better energetic systems. It's something that we continually work to improve upon. But, and I like to point this out, what's hard sometimes, and especially when we're going through retrograde periods like this, is I want to describe it as it can sometimes feel like entropy is energetically directed towards us. And I want you to kind of alleviate yourself of that misconception, because it's the space by which we understand our healthy intentions. And when we're in the space by which we're building into the context of healthy intention, we understand and we see the force of that intention that allows for the better possibility of things to occur. And the reason I keep on bringing this up so heavily right now is particularly and especially for a lot of the energy right now. I keep on seeing for a lot of these moon relationships, that ability, I see this energy that what are they giving each other in the context of building into healthy relationship? They're giving each other, they're finding each other in moon lessons, and they're giving each other the benefit of the doubt, is what I keep on hearing. They're giving each other the benefit of the doubt. And what is the benefit of the doubt? It's not allowing the face of the trauma that we've experienced to shape our perceptions of another person's intentions. And I know how hard that is, right? Because what does the trauma say? The trauma likes to sit in a corner and say, it's always going to be this way. The trauma often wants to be in that space by which it sometimes can make you feel energetically frustrated. But the force of love often articulates us and says that's not energetically true, right? That state of intention, that feeling that things do not change, is the energetic illusion. Because the ability to understand that our effective progress towards things, the effort that we put towards things is never energetically wasted. And that ability of effectively doing so, and I keep on seeing with these moon relationships that are coming together right now, I feel like even there, what are they effectively doing in terms of building into partnership? They're effectively potentially seeking catharsis in the face of feeling the frustration as it relates to trying to do something, I keep on hearing, trying to effectively find the self or trying to work through that. But I keep on hearing, how can you find the self without I keep on hearing, how can you find yourself, oneself, without the ability to effectively be energetically clumsy, is what I keep on hearing. And there's something really beautiful that I keep on getting in these relationships that are coming through right now, and especially with the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. And it has to do, I keep on getting, it has to do with the observation of energetic clumsiness that allows the ability of new things to occur. It allows the ability of being able to be more energetically adaptable. It creates the space, I keep on hearing, even in our Like even in our energetic clumsiness, we can find the ability to do something more effectively, because I keep on hearing in our clumsiness is the space by which we energetically learn. And I keep on hearing, and that's what I like about these relationships, is they're giving each other room to grow into partnership. For the temperance relationships, Ace of Pentacles in its reversal, in combination with our Six of Swords in its upright, there's that nine of wands in its reverse, in its upright. We've got double nine energy here. And the thing is, I like to see, like, the thing about the double nine energy that we see out right now, and I have to stress this, is we've got the frustrating nines out, right? We're going to talk about, there's frustrating nines, and then there's there's frustrating nines, and then there's non-frustrating nines. And the thing about the thing about, I like to describe, like, the frustrating nines is sometimes feeling on the verge of something to the extent that you can energetically, like, you can see the shape of it, right? It can sometimes feel energetically frustrating. And I like to point out that often those modalities, and this is what I meant when we're talking towards the temperance relationships, and this is what I often like to, I feel like I bring this up every time we're going through a prolonged retrograde cycle. The thing that's standing between you and a breakthrough, respectfully, especially if you're someone who gets frustrated and tired of things, can often be the shape of your own ego, is what I keep on getting. It can often be the modality or the experience by which we get really frustrated upon something. But I keep on seeing that the space by which we're effectively able to identify, or the space by which we're effectively able to recognize or work through something in such a way that we don't, I keep on hearing, we don't allow the frustration to carve the path, but rather our force of energetic intensity, right? Like the space by which we're effectively able to kind of like work through that. I keep on getting that this is effectively a lot of the work that we see that the temperance relationships are going through right now. Because I keep on getting, it's like it, and I keep on feeling like the thing about it, and I kind of like to articulate this with like when we're working through energy like this, is I keep on hearing the energy in temperance is working through the narrow passage of their frustration, is what I keep on hearing. They're working through the narrow passage of their frustration. But I keep on seeing when we are able to, and that's why I keep on getting the narrow passage of their frustration has to do with the fact that I keep on hearing they're working through the narrow passage of their frustration in relationality to the experience by which they're allowing the space of energetically letting something go. But even in the space by which another person is energetically letting something go, they're letting another person know this is the shape of my healing, right? They're becoming, and I keep on hearing, what happens when we energetically let something go? We expand, right? We expand. And I keep on seeing that the energy isn't letting something go. They're making room, right? They're making room for the feeling. They're making room. I keep on hearing they're making room for the energetic understanding. It's literally, I keep on seeing for a lot of the energy right now, I keep on hearing it's like the energy that doesn't say, I don't need to let it go. I just need to get bigger around it, is what I keep on getting. And so that's why I keep on seeing, I told you, they're sanctifying the partnership, because they're almost like, I keep on seeing, like they're almost saying to one another, like look at me getting bigger for you. Look at me growing for you. Is the energy going, look at me growing. Look at me growing for you. Continuing to get clarification between our Nine of Swords in combination with the Nine of Wands and its upright. Clarification coming through right now with the Magician in its reversal. And the Magician energy, I keep on laughing with the Magician energy right now, because like the Magician energy, and again, the Magician energy of the relationships that were coming together between, like the Magician energy or coming together between the time of Mercury, between the time of the solstice period up until the time of Mercury and Venus stationing direct behind Neptune in March. for a lot of the, I just got to stress, for a lot of these relationships right now, I keep on seeing like the energy, like the magicians are letting wisdom come in. And the thing is, it's like, and I feel like the thing about those relationships is just the fact that like, I just keep on seeing that for a lot of these relationships, that ability of doing so, it's like I keep on hearing the energy. Like, what does one say when wisdom's coming in? What are you going to do? Like, I feel like, and this is why the energy, and that's the thing about it. The energy is finding composure, right? And the reason they're energetically finding composure is I keep on seeing they're looking, they understand, like I keep on hearing the energy that understands that where they are is energetically healthy for them, is what I keep on seeing. And I keep on seeing, like I literally see a situation where they're effectively feeling like they're having a conversation with someone and saying, and I like to point this out, when another person's projecting on us, right? There's nothing, like we talked about this yesterday. When someone else is projecting on us, there's nothing you can do that can move you away from the shape of another person's projection, right? You ever notice that? Like, like I said yesterday, you could walk on water and they'd yell at you for getting like for trailing water in the house. It's like you can't win. There's nothing you can do that can articulate the difference between what another person has convinced themselves upon versus what is actually occurring. And that's why I keep on seeing for a lot of those relationships right now, that ability of literally saying, I'm not going to get into an argument with someone as to why I know something is energetically healthy. Like I see the energy being like, because I keep on hearing, they literally identify that having to articulate and identify the fact that they need to defend the fact that something is healthy is in itself unhealthy. Like I see the energy being like, it would not work. You can't have that conversation. Like you can't, I feel like it's literally, and so that's why I keep on seeing they're working upon having poise in terms of saying that they're open to a healthy conversation, but they're not necessarily going to energetically chase after one. It's a lot of that space that I just keep on seeing. And because that's the energy, I keep on hearing the energy that's basically saying like, yeah, like I keep on hearing that energy saying like that because I keep on hearing they'd be like, because that would be literally like, because I keep on seeing them chasing, I keep on hearing them chasing after someone to try to articulate that something's healthy when another person has convinced themselves that it's not, is literally the sound of running in a circle. Is what I keep on hearing. It's like, it's the energy goes, that's literally the sound of running in a circle. Like that is literally like, it just like, they can almost see, like, remember do you see like that? They can, I know I cannot position the camera right now, but I would deeply encourage you to look at all of that energy. Remember when I said all of these cards that came out that have to? That is the magician looking at that and being like, I can't do anything about it. I can't go in there. Can't go in there. What are you going to do about that? You can't do anything about it. So there's a lot of that type of energy there. Now continuing to get clarification between the Nine of Wands in its upright, between the Six of Swords in its upright in combination with the Queen of Pentacles in its reversal. We've got the two of Wands in its upright. And I like this. I like to see this for my man. I got to tell you right now, I feel like there's a little bit of this work, especially with the Nine of Wands and the Two of Wands here. There's something I keep on seeing that's deeply, there's something energetically productive that's happening right now, particularly for the energy in separation. And everything I keep on seeing right now for the energy, in separation is, and I feel like, and it has to do, remember how I said that these moon relationships are coming together really energetically slowly? There's a lot of that modality or a lot of that experience by which, and I keep on hearing, they're giving each other the gift of time. And that's what's so beautiful about this is like, I feel like there's something really lovely. And I think that and I need to stress this. I feel like these are relationships that we're healing from some hyper demanding partnership. And I keep on getting the space by which, and I keep on hearing I just keep on hearing the same conversation by which I keep on seeing someone identifying or working through the fact that they're healing from a situation by which it felt like they couldn't do anything right. And I need to I need to stress this. Do you want to see the difference? I keep on hearing the difference between having composure, right? Which we see deep within divine union right now, versus literally feeling frozen, stuck, is the space between what feels healthy. Like, do you literally see the composure by which another person is making the intentional choice to like not react to something, even in the modality by which another person feel like, I keep on seeing like there's a lot of that space of just finding energetic composure through something, whereas the energy in separation is healing from modalities or experiences where it felt like they could not move because they could not do anything right. Right? And so it's often the amplification point. And I keep on seeing the gift that is beautiful in healthy relationship is the holistic approach by which we're able to navigate and articulate. And I keep on hearing we grow further around one another. We grow further around one another when we're able to identify and articulate what it is that we're energetically trying to do, right? Like what it is that we're trying to do in a bigger way, how it is that we're trying to energetically evolve. And so I keep on seeing that for the Nine of Wands and it's upright with the Two of Wands and it's upright, that Queen of Cups energy, right? The Queen of Cups energy here. And I keep on seeing like this is what it looks like for a lot of those relationships right now that are coming together at this time. Because I just keep on seeing that and it is having a different impact because I keep on seeing that and just working through how it's impacting masculine and feminine energy, bearing in mind this is not based on gender, but what one feels most aligned to. For those more in the masculine, I keep on seeing for those more in the masculine right now, it's working into the process of building into the space of being able to articulate to feminine what it is that they effectively desire, right? And I keep on hearing it's them articulating upon. And this is really interesting because I keep on hearing correction. They're talking upon what they aspire instead of what they desire. That is what I keep on seeing that's happening right now. Yes, that's what's happening right now in a lot of these relationships. They're talking upon what it is that they aspire rather than what it is that they energetically desire. They're speaking in relationality to that. And I feel like it's harder, right? Because I keep on hearing, even in the space by which they're talking about what they aspire towards, it's like I keep on seeing it's like they're like, and you notice how as soon as I started saying that, like my throat chakra started like working through. And I keep on hearing it's hard when we talk about the things we aspire because I feel like it's almost them like coming into the space of learning to better share their dreams, to be able to build those dreams with those more in feminine. Now, for those more in feminine right now, I keep on seeing for feminine energy, this is more of the space of the feminine that is building into the space I keep on seeing of not allowing the context of the past to change their perception of what it is they're receiving in the present. Right? I keep on seeing they're not allowing the trauma that they experience to change the shape of what is happening in the present. And I keep on seeing that's hard. Right? But I keep on hearing that that is the energy that's effectively working through the feelings, right? But they're not putting those feelings on the energetic counterpart. They're recognizing that that's something that they are effectively internally processing. Now, continuing to get clarification between this, like, I keep on getting between this, like, I'm going to call it the helix. That's the best way I can describe what we have in the spread right now. The helix that we see here with the Magician in its reversal. Yeah, we got Hermit card in its reversal, which says when we don't move into the helix, we become the elixir, which is basically like the space by which we understand. Like I keep on hearing, we don't over internalize on the chaos and outside of ourselves. We just observe that it's there. Like is what I keep on seeing. Like, oh, look at all that. Look at that going through the retrograde. Yep, there's a lot of chaos there. Yep, that makes sense. Like I keep on seeing it's a lot of the energy. And I feel like, but I need to stress this, and I want to show you this too, because, and I keep on seeing, like for a lot of like for the a lot of the energy, I keep on getting for a lot of this energy right now, that the temperance energy, I just keep on hearing they're making healthy choices. They're making better choices. And the reason I keep on hearing they're making better choices is I keep on getting, and I want to point out the reason I keep on hearing, and I keep on hearing the reason, I keep on hearing the reason that they're able to identify that the choice is better is because they're energetically expanding within it, right? Like I keep on hearing the energy saying, I'm not letting go. I'm growing through it. Right? Again, like, and it's funny too. They're saying, I'm not letting go. I'm growing through it. Right? So they're not going through it. Right? They're saying, I'm growing through it. It's the understanding that letting things go is the illusion. We can't how can you let something go if you care about it? You can't. You grow through it. There, you find more of the self there. And that's what I kept on seeing about the fact that the energy is sanctifying relationship, because they're finding, right? They're finding parts of themselves that they didn't know were there, right? Like they're finding parts of themselves that they didn't know they're there. Trauma closes doors on the parts of ourselves that we don't know that are there. And so that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy doing that work, being able to identify and articulate upon this, I feel like they're going through the process of a heart opening. But I keep on hearing the heart opening is really energetically beautiful, because I keep on seeing that they're effectively identifying, and they're effectively saying, like, I'm the way I'm going to take all of my feelings on all that stuff that happened is I'm going to spread the love. It's going to spread the love. Like, I hate that. Would you like some love? Would you like some love? I feel like there's a lot of that energy there. And I keep on seeing like that is the energy that's effectively articulating that they're doing that for counterpart, right? They're articulating upon the fact that they're moving through that in such a way that they're allowing it. I keep on hearing better, not bitter. They're working into the space of being able to articulate and identify, and allowing that, I keep hearing, allowing that force to amplify upon what it is that they're trying to do in a greater way. And I feel like, again, for a lot of the magician relationships right now, it's funny because it's the opposite. Clarification right now between the magician in its reversal and the Queen of Cups. Can I get one card to clarify, please? We've got the knight. We've got the Knight of Swords. And so the thing with the Knight of Swords that we're effectively seeing right now for a lot of these relationships is the ability or the experience of, I keep on hearing they're being patient with themselves. They're being patient with themselves, but I just keep on hearing the same message that's coming through in a lot of those relationships. Patience is a gift. Patience is a gift, and when we're not projecting, we let another person know we're being patient for them. We hold hope for things changing, but we don't create the false projection of saying that we're doing something, we're being patient towards it. We're not being patient towards anything if another person does not recognize we're being patient for them. That's just the shape of our projection. So I feel like, again, there's a lot of that energy that is learning to, I keep on hearing they're recentering their patience towards themselves and what they're building with counterpart. Final card, clarification right now between a lot of this energetic, like this helix energy that we see. We've got the Two of Cups in its upright. And I'm also feeling very called to try kind of move through the next three cards very quickly. So clarification between our Hermit card and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, we've got the King of Swords in its upright. And then the final card for today's spread right now is we've got the King of Wands. Now, we want to talk a little bit about this energy that we see that is occurring here. Because for a lot of the energy that we're identifying and recognizing, and I would really encourage you today, if you're interested in spread design, to make sure that you stop over and take a look at today's spread, because it is a really fascinating shape. You'll find it over on the stack. But a lot of the work that we see that's happening right now is the amplification. I keep on saying it's working into the situation or circumstance by which we are able to, I keep on hearing, the way that we move out. I keep wondering, the way that we move out of energetic chaos is by being able to build upon the space by which we take like small steps. And I keep on hearing the next, and this was coming through a lot in the readings, the best foot forward, like our best foot forward is always the next best step, right? It's the space by which we don't let ourselves get caught, to get too frustrated in relationality to what's behind us, but we try to amplify and articulate upon what's before us. So if you're feeling like that today, if you're feeling really frustrated, or if you're feeling really, like I keep on hearing, really pulled into like the experience of the past, I want you to make sure that you're filling your hands with present. I want you instead to be building plans or articulating upon what those plans are, because I keep on getting that there's a lot of energy here that almost feels like, I keep on hearing there's progress to be made in retrograde cycles like this, but the only way that progress is made is if you're patient with yourself. I keep on hearing, not disassembling in the face that you're not energetically perfect. Bottom of the deck on today's reading, there's that positive 9. We have a lot of the heavy, we've got the heavy 9s out today, but that's what I mean. You can, when we feel like things are not ideal, then we've arrived just in time, right? Like what we experience does not need to be what we bring forth to situations. So don't feel frustrated. I keep wondering, be the energetic force of change. Allow the context of what it is that you aspire for to effectively guide those directions forward. And I know how difficult that is, right? And I know how difficult it can sometimes feel, especially when we're navigating retrograde energy like this. But I also want you to understand and identify that ability of doing so, like that is the gift that we bring to one another as we build into, like as we navigate the frustrating energy of retrograde cycles. That is our daily collective read for today. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and experiencing it. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, it is a 2-step process. You have to book the reading, you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure you do both if you'd like to have that reading. Most importantly, please remember that I will never, ever, 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 ever reach out to you for a private reading. I will never DM you. I will never PM you. I will never slide into your inbox and tell you that I have a very important message that only I can deliver. The only way you can book a reading with me is if you book one on my site. So I would encourage you to do it there. A couple of updates before we move into personal readings today. First and foremost, thank you to everyone who participated in our recent class on the moon card. Our next class is going to be held on Thursday, tomorrow. Thursday, it's going to be tomorrow. Sorry, tomorrow, November 20th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the sun card. If you'd like to become a part of that tarot class program, all you need to do is head on over to my Stack and become a paid subscriber. Your paid subscription to my Stack is your ticket of entry into our live classes each and every month. You'll also, as a paid subscriber, have access to as a paid monthly subscriber, have access to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library Class Archive. It's not necessary to catch up. I'll give you an update on everything we've experienced prior to having that class, but if you'd like to, you can catch a few classes today. You'll also have, if you become a founding member, you'll have access to You'll also have access to over 20 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library Class Archive. You'll have access to the whole library. You'll also have access to a complimentary one-on-one mentorship class with me, where I will meet with you personally to assess where you are on your own personal tarot journey and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best advantage towards your personal tarot goals going forward. One of the things I try to do in these classes was make them accessible to the absolute novice tarot reader as well as the seasoned reader. Definitely something there for everyone. Don't let your lack of experience or your robust experience prevent you from joining us in these classes. And even if you don't become a paid subscriber to my Stack, I would encourage you to follow me there to stay up to date on any new offerings or services. I also post my Mystic Meditation articles there, which will give you updates on what we've been seeing energetically. You'll be releasing one later today on this new moon energy we've got coming up. I also want to let you guys know that on top of my standard life path readings, I also offer mentorship classes. These can be purchased on an individual level or as a monthly class series, weekly or biweekly, as your schedule permits. Also, for my students seeking more consistent weekly tarot support, I'm very happy to offer weekly tarot insight packages. That is a package of 4 30-minute readings, again, weekly or biweekly, as your schedule permits, so that you can stay more consistent on your personal journey. I'm also very happy to now offer dream interpretation readings, which you can purchase per dream or as a series. If you purchase the series, I would encourage you to start to keep a dream journal, as we will meet weekly or bi-weekly with that journal and utilize the tarot to understand the key themes and messages coming towards you in the dream space. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages. And we will do this again tomorrow. That is our daily collective read. We are going to get started on personal readings. Congratulations to Bridget. You got our highest gifter today. And thank you so much to Alexandra. You came in second, so you will have an additional card in your reading. If anybody else would like to get on the list for today, it is 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my